Good afternoon, this is your gentleman Bean9seventy from London, and this afternoon I'll be doing a video where I talk about Jamiroquai for the very first time. So this is your gentleman Bean9seventy, and this afternoon I'll be talking about the band Jamiroquai for the very first time. At this point I really don't know how to speak Brazilian, so I only know a few words, so now tudo bem. And pass. In this video, what I'll be trying to do is very different things. I'll be talking and doing a video in all different kind of stages, all at the same time, kind of one by one. So what I'm doing in the video is obviously talking about Jamiroquai in different stages. What I'll do is a full-length video, and then I'll do a video with edits so you can watch it bit by bit, and maybe I can find out what part of the video people like the most or don't like the most in that more probable outcome. So in this video what I'm doing is talking about Jamiroquai and getting up to date with talking about the bass in the first week of December 2016, and also addressing the people that are watching my channel, watching my show Bean9seventy, because where YouTube is linked to other sites, I'm getting a lot more feedback from people that are not really into playing bass and also not that much into playing music, so they would like to see a little bit more about Bean9seventy in that sense. So the very first thing about Bean9seventy in that way for the people that are tuning in is that I'm very chaste, very chaste about playing the bass. So that means that I will stumble over my words, I will forget what I'm saying, I will ramble on for ages without getting to the point. So many different things, because I'm, really into playing bass in that sense. It's one of my main hobbies. And so doing these videos where I can get to talk about playing the bass and talk about Jamiroquai, it's not a video nasty, it's like, the history of playing the bass with Jamiroquai fitting into that kind of history. Well then, it's really good that I can actually do these videos where I can talk to a wider audience. So when I'm talking into those terms, we can actually look at the people that will be probably watching the video. Obviously you've got Scott's Bass Lessons, Paul Turner, Jamiroquai, everybody involved in the band will probably watch the video at one point, just to hear what the guy's actually saying. You've got the kind of American funk bass community with people like Max Proud, Tracy, Keyboard Axe guys, all those guys in America that are into American funk. You've got Bass Chat, Bass Forum, YouTube bass circles, and most social media network platforms worldwide, so everybody can tune in and watch this video. There's the kind of mofo crew that is kind of associated to the American funk kind of circuit, they'll be watching the video. There's the alternative media with lots of correspondence about current affairs and different points of view. They also tune in to watch this show. So what it is with Bean9seventy is that I've got a kind of broad spectrum of people watching the show. Not that many people, but enough to try and do the video in such a way that I can try and address, certain things at certain aspects, so that certain people can kind of get something from the video without it just being about music in that kind of context. They can understand the music, but then also understand a little bit more about the guy that's doing the music at the same time. So the most important part of that is actually getting up to date with the bass in that sense. So when we talk about Bean9seventy being very chaste about playing the bass, if I have to play a bass line what I normally do is try to play that bass line in a completely different way. So if I had to play Deeper Underground by Jamiroquai,